What's going on, you guys, and welcome back to A Different Perspective. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button for your boy, because as promised, this week I was going to start the new series on this channel where I was going to be telling you guys about all the times that I have simped over women. I know, disgusting. I was disgusted with myself once I realized later just how foolish I was. But hey, look, you live and you learn. I was young. But yeah, it's going to be a 4 to 5 part episode series. Y'all going to get that first episode either today or tomorrow. I haven't really decided yet. Y'all might get it today, but you might get it tomorrow. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that y'all will get it once I upload it. But man, we got a story here today. Woo! I've been waiting to see what was going to happen with this case between billionaire Dr. Dre and his ex-wife, Nicole Young. So this week they've been in court over this case, and as some of you may know, he had a prenup and she wanted to fight this prenup so that she can get some money, right? And it looks as though Dr. Dre is going to have to be dishing out close to $300,000 a month to Nicole Young, which is upward of $3.5 million a year. Woo! The prenup failed. I'm not gonna lie, I'm sick. I am sick. But I'm gonna tell you why at the end of this. Let's go ahead and read these court documents. We're gonna go ahead and read this post here. This is it's on site on Instagram. They posted this, and let's check it out. So I've already told you guys about this part, but this is what the legal documents say. It says, according to legal documents, Dr. Dre and ex Nicole Young were both in court for a hearing this week, hashing out the specifics of how much will be paid in temporary spousal support. Temporary, huh? Okay. So Dr. Dre is ordered to pay Nicole spousal support in the sum of $293,306 per month, payable on the first of each month, commencing August 1st, 2021. The order states, if you do the math, this is a whopping $3.5 million a year in support, not including other expenses. Woo-hoo-wee! All right, the payments will continue according to the order until the party receiving support marries or enters into a new domestic partnership, death or either party. So going back to the part where he said temporary support, you might have thought, okay, well, cool, like this ain't gonna last forever. He won't have to pay her all this money for the duration of her life. No, if she's a smart woman, she won't remarry. Because if she remarries, then this spouse support will end. Whoo, look what it says right here. Until the party receiving support remarries or enters into a new domestic partnership. Wow. Look, man, she could easily be like, you know what? Shit. I'm gonna be for the streets. I'm making all this money. And shit, why get into a serious committed relationship and lose this $3.5 million? I'm just gonna do my things. Woo. Look, if I was a female, I ain't even gonna lie, that's probably what I would do. Wow. This continues with, as the temporary orders hold up, both parties are still hashing out their overall divorce settlement. Wow. Look at that happy face. Obviously this is from a different occasion, but she won big time. So the issues that I have here, I have two main issues. I'm gonna go ahead and move this out the way now so y'all can see me better. I have two main issues with this situation here. The first one being the fact that the prenup failed. The prenup didn't work, didn't do a thing. He put a prenup into place, a prenuptial agreement into place to protect him from something like this happening in the future. Granted, them two broke up. But even with the prenup failing, he failed her. And what I mean by that is he spent close to a quarter century with this woman, and he didn't set her up for success in life. Had it been me, I would have made sure that as my woman is with me and I'm a successful businessman, my woman is also earning some income too, so that she won't necessarily have to solely rely on me for finances. You know? Yeah, I'm going to be taking care of majority of the bills and whatnot, but I would want my woman to also be earning some type of income as well. Meaning that I would want someone that has the drive similar to mine. So going back to the prenup, right? I don't know exactly what all he may have had in his prenup and if it was something that he was revising with his wife throughout the years. If it was me, and this is something that I would highly suggest people to do if they were to get into a situation where they decide they want to marry someone and they would want to put a prenup on the table. Have attorneys, have lawyers, whomever you need to have in position to be there when y'all are signing those documents, those prenuptial documents, as well as have a videographer on hand to be able to record the entire thing. And then as you progress in life throughout the years in your relationship, you can go in there and revise certain stuff. You may not always feel the same way. You know what? Before I said she don't get nothing, maybe I will let her get this because she helped me out mentally, or she helped clear my mind so that I was able to land this big deal or to build this business. So you know what? I would like for her to have a little piece of this business or this endeavor. You know what I'm saying? You can always go in and revise that. And I don't know if that was something that he was doing. I would think because the way this thing all turned out that wasn't the case, because it seemed as though early on when we first started hearing about this that she was walking away with nothing because of this prenup. So I don't know if them going in every couple of years revising was something that was actually happening or not, but that's something that I would suggest people do. I'm no professional, but I would suggest people do that if they were to decide to get married, right? So, because you can also think of it like this, right? If you don't marry the person, but you do end up staying with them for a substantial amount of time, I don't remember how much it is, but I think it may vary from state to state. You still are considered married, but without legal documents in a way, if that makes any sense. So a woman could still take a guy to court, or a guy could still take a high earning woman to court to sue for a certain amount of income or money, because they had used to being with this person for so long and being sustained as far as the income comes. So you might think that you getting married and wanting to stay with somebody for a long time may be the safest route or the safe way out. No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. But if it were me, I would probably, if I'm wanting to be with somebody long term, I would probably marry that person and just make sure those prenups are solid. It would be so clear. I would probably even put something in there like this: hell, under no circumstances will you ever take me to court to obtain or acquire any amount of money from me that has not already been put in these prenuptial agreements. You gotta be clear. You gotta be so precise with it. And if you're also smart enough with your money, because people may be thinking like, all right, well, but he's a billionaire. He is a billionaire. He can afford to pay her this $3.5 million a year. Sure. But I'm gonna tell you right now, he doesn't have $1 billion in his bank account. This man, money is tied up in business, in assets, in probably the stock market, whatever it may be. He doesn't just have $1 billion in his bank account. That's not the way it works. It's not the way it works. I also wonder how much is he making a year, because let's say if they're taking half of his income, right? That's only $7 million a year. I know it's not only $7 million a year. That's a lot. But still, it's only $7 million a year if she's taking half of that. It's interesting though, the punishment that, you know, men specifically more so, because it happens more to men than women, and it does happen to women too, where women have to dish out money to men. And the punishment though, because it's like, for a guy, what would be the incentive of wanting to get remarried again? Because already he's put into position to where he earns a lot less. So for the next situation that he would get in with somebody else, he doesn't have as much to offer her, because here he is still paying for his ex-wife to the day she dies, or to the day he dies, if she doesn't remarry, right? And I know I've had these conversations with women before, and they will argue me down about prenups and how against the prenups they are. And every single time I try to flip it on them, I'm like, what if it was you? What if you were the one earning more money? How would you feel having to pay out money to your ex-husband? I'll wait. And they always try to flip it back. They always divert it. Every single time they've diverted it. They know they wouldn't like it. They know they wouldn't like it. It's like, what protection can you really have being in a long, committed relationship? Especially if you're a high earner, a high value man. Because let's be honest, those are the men that are affected the most by stuff like this. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't aim to be high value, because if you're high value enough, kind of like Dr. Dre here, yeah, it's gonna suck, but you're still well off. It's not gonna suck too bad. You're still well off. But man, woo! Think about it, bro. But man, hell, I was just listening to a case yesterday where this woman tried to off her husband so that she can get his daggone life insurance and stuff, and they build businesses. They had a freaking boxing gym together. It was a mess, a hot mess. But yeah, watch out, fellas. Just watch out. Choose wisely with these women, man. I'm trying to tell you. But anyway, I'm about to get out of here. Y'all know what time it is. Like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more. As always, you can follow your boy on the gram and Twitter at Artofkickz. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. See ya.